So next in the program, please welcome Rail Baltica Joint Venture Management Representative Thierry Boussillon, Chief Program Management Officer, who will give an update on the Rail Baltica Global Project progress. Before I leave the stage, just please, I want to remind you all to use actively QR, because we will also have a little Q&A session after your presentation.
Thank you. Hello, good afternoon. I'm glad to see so many people today. My name is Thierry Boussillon. I'm the Chief Program Management Officer and member of the management board at Rail Baltica Joint Venture, who is in charge of managing this project. Today, before my colleagues share more detailed information and update on various areas of the project, I wanted to give you a brief general overview of Rail Baltica. So, the main goal of Rail Baltica project is to become an integral part of the EU transport network. Rail Baltica is set to join two of these corridors, becoming part of the North Sea, Baltic Sea, TNT corridor, and a segment of the Baltic Sea, Black Sea, Aegean Sea, TNT corridor. In today's geopolitical context, it's obviously more important than ever to connect the Baltic region to the rest of the European Union, while ensuring obviously that infrastructural synergy along the Rail Baltica corridor. This project obviously contributes to the national and regional economies and add value to the rest of the European Union. Our vision remains unchanged. This project will support the achievement of climate, sustainability, and safety goals. It's a clear catalyst for further development opportunities in this region, and it will improve, obviously, the mobility for goods and passengers. So our key commitment today is that we want to reaffirm, and you heard it earlier, is really that we want to finish the main corridor of the Rail Baltica by 2030. So where do we stand on project progress and priority? Over the last couple of years, we had a challenging time on the project. Nevertheless, we made steady progress on the design in every state. We had now several sections that are ready to start construction, and we've already launched the procurement of civil works contract, and we're going to launch additional procurement based on this maturity on some of the design. We had nevertheless to descope part of some of the design we do in certain region of the line, and we're going to launch new procurement in a very, very near future. Regarding the design and build procurement for the railway subsystem, including the electrification, control command, signaling, as you know, some of you know that we launched the electrification tender earlier this year, and we're going to launch command control and signaling later on this year with an objective to sign the contract by sometime in the second quarter and third quarter of 2024. Last but not least, we are now working on the new CBA, cost-benefit analysis, and the business plan. We are planning to finish that by January 2024. This is going to give us two things. It's going to give us the investment cost, but also the socio-economic benefits of the project. Then we will be able to realign our project delivery strategy and secure additional funding, both from the EU fund, but also from additional source and alternative source of financing. Talking about financing, and you heard from different people before, up to now we've secured 2.7 billion for our mature activity, and the most recent one being close to 1 billion, the agreement we signed in October with the European Commission. Regarding the project delivery schedule, I do not intend to go through every line for every country, but the message I wanted to give you is that we want to implement the project on the 3 states in parallel. We will implement the design by sometime 2026, and construction will finish in 2028-29 in some specific area. And then ENI and CCS can deploy their equipment and their services, and then we will plan to keep the year of 2030 to really test and commission this line and put the line in operation. A specific area and status on ENI and CCS, ENI energization and CCS control, command and signaling. As I said earlier, we launched a tender for the ENI earlier this year. We plan to award the contract probably in June 2024. And for control and command and signaling, we're going to launch a tender probably at the end of this year, with an objective of awarding the contract sometime in August, September 2024. So in order to really implement our vision and to implement this project, we will need to build a strong network of international expertise and partnership. It will give us the possibility to bring top-level skills for a new project and keep us updated on the latest technology. Right now, we have about more than 300 companies we work with, industry partners from all around the world. And so we need more of you, and I really encourage you to reach out to us, to the project, and to connect. Thank you.
Thank you, Thierry. So we do have some first questions that came in via Slido. So one that is a bit of a tough one. So how does the present situation of Rail Baltica fundings, how is it impacting the implementation schedule for each of the countries and more generally for the whole line?
Well, today we have received the fund from European Commission, from the States, for the mature activity. So we don't have a problem of funding today. But nevertheless, we are working with the European Commission, with the States, to bring the additional financing we need. But also we are looking for alternative funding, source of funding, to achieve what we want to do, which is to complete this main corridor by the end of 2030. So we welcome any source of financing and any support on this respect. But yeah, I think we don't have any issue today in implementing this project. We have really secured the money we need to implement the mature activity.
A very reassuring message. Another one that I'm thinking of, so it's a huge project for the Baltic states. It's a huge challenge. Can you maybe comment on the capacity that we have here to implement it?
Yeah, I mean, that's a question that's a good question, and we get this question quite often. I mean, this is a mega project. It's quite huge because we're going to work on about 900 and 950 kilometers of line, double track, with some branches to the city, to the capital of Riga and Vilnius. So it's a significant project. But that's why we have this kind of industry day. We want to bring the international expertise. We want to bring all of you here, bring with your equipment, bring your people, bring your knowledge, expertise, and help us deliver this project. I think it's by getting all of this together that we can implement this vision by 2030. So I'm confident that we've seen already the interest today with a number of people coming to this session and registering to attend this session. We can bring people we can bring companies from all over the world and we can implement that. We cannot do it if we remain within the state, Baltic state, but we can do it by bringing people from outside Baltic states.
Thank you. We actually have time for one last question. It's not the most popular one in Slido right now, but it's a popular one in general, I know. Justina asks, why building Rail Baltica takes so long?
Well, you know, when you start this kind of project, and Rail Baltica doesn't take longer than any other mega project like this one. I mean, remember, this one is significant project. If you take high-speed to other projects, they all take a lot of time because you need to start, you need to plan, you need to do the special planning, then you need to develop the procurement, develop the spec, and go into the design. And so all these projects take time, and this one is no different from the other one. It's no different from high-speed 1, high-speed 2 project all over the world take this kind of time. You cannot implement, you implement a project in a short period of time, but people tend to forget that it takes time to prepare this project to go into implementation phase. And what you see today on the Rail Baltica, we started where there was nothing, there was just a vision. And now we've been working about 9-10 years, and we are close, actually. We are closer to the end than to the beginning. So it's no different from other projects. So it doesn't take much more time than any other project.
Thank you. My personal comment would be that it always depends on what side you are. As a future passenger, you ask why so long, and as someone implementing the project, you think that the timeline is quite short, actually.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, thank you, Thierry.
Thank you.
I will just